I actually watched him pass by my house and look up, and he claims that you work for citizens groups, and that you know about what's going on, don't you?
Yeah, I know about what's going on.
So they don't tell you what people do. They tell you to walk by their house and pretty much wear all black and go there and kind of like a way of like intimidation, harassment. Why do they do this? Like, what do they get out of this?
I don't get nothing out.
Okay, as we see white cars. And what we see, red cars. And I got a red car. Just another day being a target. Cars at the same time, then we got 2 more red cars pull up. This is black shirts. See, while I come up in here, a bunch of red cars. It's everywhere I look. That shirt. This is how it works. It's done very discreetly. Then we see another one. This is how the operation works. I've never seen anything like this before. So they use a lot of sensitization tactics. It's very highly coordinated, where the average person can't notice. Okay. I was gonna drive through here, but now this car all of a sudden has its emergency lights on. You see, this is the FBI, Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigations. Once I get out of the gas station. Greetings, fellow targeted individual. I hope you're having a great day. I want to talk about some of the strategies that perps utilize in your community. And in cities nationwide, all across this country, they are contractors. So there was a time where anytime I went to Walmart, I'd find this car parked next to me as I exited Walmart. As you can see, this car has a West Virginia tag, and there's a sticker here that says Kwanzaa's Terrific Kid. And at that time, I was complaining about being harassed by teachers and kids. A lot of teachers, a lot of kids in libraries where I walked at, where I socialized at, ate at. These people were bringing kids, and the kids would walk up to me and just harass me. I have a lot of videos of this. So this is one clip. I have another clip over here where I'm wearing my body camera and the video comes up upside down. But this was every time I'm coming there. The same vehicle is showing up. And these videos are time-stamped. So you can see that. So I ended up getting her tag because, well, this video is not time-stamped. I'm using my cell phone on this one. But the date is, yeah, here it is right here. So I think it says 6/23 in the very, very bottom. So you can see this is the 12th. So the enemy was constantly showing up and parking next to me. So I go to a gas station one day and I notice the perp pulled out. I heard his car go like real loud screech sounds. I'm like, whoa. Like he was in a serious rush to get somewhere. And guess where he shows up at? Let me see if I can get his vehicle so I can show it to you. Hold on 1 second. Let me go here. I'm going to use the VLC player. That way it'll show you guys as I scroll through the video. Because the Windows Media Player won't do that. So, let's see here. Bear with me 1 moment. I apologize. There is this car. The Kwanzaa's Terrific Kid and the Virginia tag. So the enemy was pulling out pulling out at times when I would exit a place or park there next to me, not get out sometimes. It was crazy. Now, check this out. Let me Go back here. That way you could see all the white, look, white, black. Black, white, black, 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 white, white, black, white. And this gas station is pretty large. I mean, there's a lot of, it's like the largest one in this area. And this town is very, very small. I think there's only like 2 or 3 like lights through it. And it keeps going all the way down. There's even cars past here. There's white and black cars. So I was wondering, and I was seeing this pattern where this was happening. And I have a lot of videos where I'm at a gas station, there's no one there, then all of a sudden there's 20 white and black cars. And the gas station clerk, he was like, holy cow, man, what is this? He says, these aren't the local police. He says, I know the local police. I know all of them, because he gives them free coffee. So this was occurring nonstop, and the enemy will also utilize false reports. Now, I don't know the exact location of this, but of the part where I was flagged, but it mentions my car tag and one of these. I have a bunch of other ones. So the enemy tries to anger the target.
Quite odd.
For other targets, this may not anger them if it's like once or twice. But let's say it's like 20 times a month, and you're being harassed in stores,
So I end up getting hurt.
and you're being harassed by kids, and you're noticing that the people that are doing this, they do not care. They don't respect your space. There was times I'd be walking, and then a kid would walk up very close to me, whistle off the top of their lungs, stomp their feet, and then run into a car with their parents, and they would just drive off and leave. And I would see them waving, honking the horn, and laughing at me. Imagine going through that systematically. One day, I had a relative that visited me, and we go to this park. It's right against the lake. When I get to my car, there's all these people with Kwanzaa stickers on their car, and one guy's with binoculars pointed right at me. And as I reverse my car, the person reverses their car and blocks my car in. And then he looks at the tag, and then he forwards his vehicle where he's parked. And that made me wonder, why was this person doing this? What's their issue? Why are they blocking my car in? How do they know that I was even there? So Kwanzaa is a CIA stakeholder. It works with the Central Intelligence Agency that they can easily outsource to select people, even keeping the whole entire Kwanzaa's group in the dark. I have other videos. I'll have to really search for them. I didn't pre-plan this, so I'm just going to share with you guys some of the stuff that was occurring at gas stations. And it was mostly people that are ex-military. There was times that I would turn on my phone a mile or two before arriving at my location, and then I would notice these large streams of white and black cars pulling out of different streets in this very small town, going to the same place that I am. So the enemy studies your pattern, and through the utilization of Stingray technology, the enemy can get an idea of where you're going to go, especially in a small town. If they see that you're on the move, they know, okay, Robert likes to go to the gas station to buy pizza every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday at this time. So if they study your pattern, they can figure out most likely where you're going to go in your community. If you live in a small town, you're limited to where you can go, so they can also dispatch stakeholders to show up at multiple locations. I was being harassed at libraries by women that were school teachers. I was being harassed by people in the Eastern Star at libraries. I have recordings where I'm seated in a library doing my schoolwork, just utilizing their Wi-Fi. I'm taking a course through Department of Justice. They have this victims advocate course. So I thought it'd be good to help other TIs and try to get funding for victims advocacy rights. So in the recordings, the entire time I'm there, everything is very quiet. You may hear a little chatter, but the exact moment I would stand up, someone would whistle. And I would point the camera outside the window, and you would see people parked next to my vehicle wearing suits and thin black ties. And then as I exit, someone in a U.S. Army outfit walks up to me enters a library as I'm at the very front, and then walks back to their car and they leave. Or they whistle at me one time and leave. I have videos where I'm entering in the library and there's one guy playing the soundtrack of the Havana Syndrome, the Havana attack in Cuba. The news recording, he's replaying it nonstop for an hour straight and pointing at me and looking at me and laughing at me. Just crazy stuff. So I have other videos where they bring kids and the kids spit inches from my car. Like where you see them seated with their family. And I'm in my car and I have video cameras hidden inside. And you see them walk up to me and harass me and their tags are covered up. The enemy just wants to make you feel like you're not a part of the community. That you're not entitled to constitutional rights. Because you can't have constitutional rights when you have scumbags that have served for our country denying you those rights.
I was in New Mexico a while back in 2014. I left there and moved here to Austin, hoping to escape the harassment. I was being followed around by some people. I was like select members of the American Legion. So the CIA actually recruits people from the American Legion. So if you ever see people that are very old following people around, harassing them while they're eating food and being dropped out of cars, well, most likely you could be dealing with the FBI or the CIA. They conduct operations in our country, and they do this discreetly by utilizing contractors and people that are working for patriotic